We're venturing outside of Cyberpunk Red into the world of D&D, where toxicity of our city, where it might be, okay? This is from Cowardly Brave at the D&D subreddit, okay? This is 1 month ago. After 7 years dungeon mastering, I never felt so angry and disappointed at my players like this before. Oh my goodness. Sorry, this is a long post, a rant, and I really needed to vent somewhere where people would understand how I'm feeling. I don't want to sound full of myself, but I take pride in my campaigns and world building for my table. I have a lot of free time, so I tend to overbuild even basic things. But my players really appreciate this and are always eager to explore more of my setting. I have a campaign that's been running for over 3 years, and it's nearing its end. Some new players have joined the story. One who was a player long ago and took a hiatus after becoming a father. Let's call him Icolo. I'm going to say Icolo. And another friend of mine who played in another campaign, or played in other campaigns with me. Let's call her Melis. There are already established party members from this 3-year campaign. Vector, Kenryu, Balder, Parzival, and Kaori. We're not going to remember these names, but these are the people. By the way, I didn't read this ahead of time, so we're in for a surprise, okay? Icolo is a druid of dreams and a fortune teller. He reads Taraka cards from a custom deck I gave him, which grants him some bonuses or debuffs. Okay, I like that. A deck of chaos, basically. Melis is a rogue mercenary, a killer for hire type, who is surprisingly chill for an assassin. Okay, quiet assassin type. Alright, how many times have we seen that in Cyberpunk? It never ends well. I'm the quiet killer that talks to nobody, and I kill everybody so good, and everyone's like, whoa, who is that guy? And then everyone's like, no, he's a lone wolf, stay away from him. So, my red flag is already going off for Melis, okay? Just because they're playing the typical character that isn't always toxic, but can generally be in the direction of toxic. Because they're like, I'm such a cool badass, I don't care about all these other players, I don't care about the game master, I don't care about the game, I'm just a cool badass being a badass. So that's what usually happens, and it's never a good situation. But I'm not judging yet. Just a red flag. Red flag doesn't mean anything. It's just a flag. Vector, one of the other players, hired Icolo to find his lost son through scrying, while Balder was talking to Melis about helping him kill a rival who kidnapped his father. Oh, they're working deals. Everything was going great and the introduction was going smoothly. Until it wasn't. Uh-oh. After the scrying and some really cool roleplay between Icolo and Vector, where they questioned each other about their families and both characters opened up, Icolo demanded payment for his services since it cost him to perform the ritual. Vector didn't pay him, being too anxious about seeing his son. Bruh. So far, it was just roleplay, and they were going to discuss payment later. Meanwhile, Melis agreed to help Balder, but since he was short on cash, he promised that his friends would pay her for the job. Okay, let me tell you, that's another big red flag, okay? Coming from Cyberpunk, we all know that you have to pay. You gotta pay. Coming from real life, you gotta know. You gotta pay. Okay, I don't care how good of a friend we are. I don't care whose friend you are. I don't care how powerful you are or how much money you do or don't have. We're making a deal right here. We're shaking hands on it. You don't have money, you're doing me favors at this time, at your own expense, and this is how you're gonna do it. If you can't decide what you're gonna do, then you're gonna promise me and shake my hand, and you know, this is D&D, let's do a blood oath. All right, let's get some fucking magic parchment, cut each other's hands, and write a blood oath, a pact that says that you will do the thing that you're gonna do later on for me if I do this job for you. So automatically, as a game master, I already know that this is going to cause major conflict between the players and that they should probably pay each other, okay? But being too anxious about seeing your son, like, oh, I can't pay you, I'm just so nervous, that doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me, okay? Melis and Icolo had already met and worked as partners on another job. Okay, so these are the two that are coming into the group. All right, the assassin and the druid, who need to get paid but are not getting paid. They worked as partners on another job. When Malus arrived at the camp with Balder, he and the party started discussing the lore of the campaign in character, with both Malus and Icolo present, listening to the secret plans about killing the rival and other shenanigans which were supposed to be secret. Then, Malus asked to negotiate terms and payment, but Kenryu refused to pay, saying she should do the job for free because she knew too much. Oh no, that doesn't fly, dude. Your friend here divulged the information. What do you want me to do? Not listen? Oh, I can't listen. There's a conflict of interest. No, dude. Your friend divulged this information. You and I have a deal regardless. It has nothing to do with this other third party. You can't refuse to pay me or tell me to do a job for free. Nothing is free. There's nothing that's free. Okay? No way. There's a cost to my life. There's a cost in materials. Nothing is free. Okay? Immediately, I'd be like, you don't have to accept that. I would tell the assassin, you don't have to accept that. At the time, I didn't intervene because it was all role play. I guess, yeah. Okay, maybe the better thing to do is just to sit back and not get involved, because it is whatever the players want to do at the end of the day. But me personally, if I was one of the other players at the group, I'd be like, this is nonsense. Nobody's doing anything for free. Either we make a pact and a contract, or the job's not getting done. Anyway, at the time, I didn't intervene, and I really thought they would work it out, but then things escalated quickly and got out of control. Who could have seen this coming? Malus said she wouldn't work for free, while she knew too much, they just have to deal with it. Exactly. Kenryu suggested they kill her, so she wouldn't know anything. Jesus Christ. That's when I realized I had to step in, or things would go downhill fast. Yeah, when the PvP is being floated and could happen, that's definitely the best time to come in and try to deal with whatever the hell is going on here. Jesus Christ. I honestly, so far, I think Kenryu and the other guy, that whoever didn't want to pay, they're at fault here. Okay, this is crazy. You gotta pay. You have to pay. I told Baldur's player that these threats weren't meant for each other, but for their rival, because in a kidnapping situation, every second counts. That makes sense. Just saying, hey, while you guys are bickering, every second counts, all right? So either get down to a deal or don't. And Baldur then decided that every second counts, but not every penny, and called Malus a bitch for asking for payment during a hostage situation. She's a professional. You're asking her to do something professional in her profession. You're asking her for her services. She doesn't need to like the person that she's rescuing. I suspended the session and confronted them, saying, what the fuck are you guys doing? Two people want to play and you're reacting like this? What the hell is wrong with you? Thank you. Hey, look, the GM is advocating for them. So the GM is advocating for them, and I'm kind of on their side right now. So, all right. Then they said those infamous words that haunt me. This is what our characters would do. Oh, God. Oh, God. I swear to God, as soon as I heard those words, I wanted to rip my GM notebook to shreds. If this is what your characters would do, then why would these other players play with you? The game master's saying like, hey, dude, these are not strangers this is like meta knowledge. These are friends we invited here to play. Why aren't you letting them play? Why are you like, putting a barrier in between their play? Like, be real for a second. Forget about your character. You expect them to not play the game? You expect them to come, take time out of their day, sit down at our table, have characters, have a concept, have ideas of what their character is supposed to be doing, and you want them not to play? How does that seem logical to you? How does that seem like it would work? Because you're basically asking them not to play, or to play the way you want them to. Or, sorry, the way your character wants them to. Which is nuts. Your characters suck, then. Your characters are lame. I don't want to play with your characters. They don't want to play with your characters. So what do we do now? We just look at each other? the session's over. They came here to play. They don't like your characters. So what do we do? All right. I got heated. I immediately made them realize that they just called someone a bitch. Yeah, sorry, we glossed over that. They called someone a bitch for asking for payment for a job and had disrespected two players and their characters. Yeah, not just players and their characters with some anti-game bullshit and was spoiling the fun out of the game for them. Both Malus and Ikelos players were really uncomfortable, and they even said so after this confrontation. Yeah, look, nobody likes this kind of confrontation. Nobody does. It's not fun. It's so lame that we're having an argument when a bunch of adults got together to roll dice and pretend to be other people. It's all like, dude, and now we're arguing about it. What are you going to tell your wife? What are you going to tell your partner? I got into a big fight because their characters were mean to my character. This is cringe, dude. Grow up. What's going on, man? This is cringe. You're making me cringe. You're making everybody on Reddit cringe too. Baldur and Vector's players immediately apologized, but Kenryu didn't. I knew. He was adamant that what he was doing was the right way to act, and if I considered what he did disrespectful, then I was wrong and was disregarding his roleplay, character motivations, and character agency. I suspended the session, told him to think about what he'd done, and disconnected him immediately from the voice chat. Bye. Thanks. 7 years, thanks. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here. Go find someone else to play with, which you won't. You're not going to find someone else to play with. No, you're not. I'm wondering how this just came out now. Because this is behavior that it's like, that's like in you, you know what I mean? But look, good on the game master for going like, snip, snip, get out of here. Major props for the game master. This is a good game master, guys. Advocating for the players, letting the other players know, hey, this is the situation that you put these new people in. And the other players read the room. They got it. They were like, oh shit, whoops. Okay, no, you're right. There's a fumble. We're sorry. We don't want you guys to feel uncomfortable. Let's actually play the game. But then you got loser over here, Kenryu, with 2 U's in his name. Take those 2 U's, wear them as shoes, and walk away, okay? Because we don't want you here. So good for the game master, okay? Everyone else apologized, and after my anger subsided, I felt ashamed for letting this happen. I apologized. Well, no, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. But, you know, that's a sign of a good game master is trying to take accountability and all that, but they didn't do anything wrong. You let the players play. They did it themselves. I apologized to Malus and Ikelos players for what occurred, but they told me it shouldn't be me saying sorry. Exactly. You're a good game master. You did great. As of writing this, Kenryu's player has yet to reach out to anyone. I'm so angry. He's not going to. They're not going to. They're not going to. They were in the wrong. I'm so angry and disappointed because they've never acted like this before. They were always friendly and receptive, and this completely caught me off guard. What the hell do I do now? That's what I'm really scratching my head on over here. This person was doing this for 7 years. This person was doing this for 7 years, and all of a sudden now they're a problem player. That's crazy, dude. Something had to have been going on. But look, I'm not your dad. I'm not your therapist. Unless you say that something's going on with you, like, hey, sorry, man, I'm like going through like a depression. I'm sorry, man, I'm like stressed out at work and I don't know what came over me. Then we can then we can, you know, take those 7 years as reputation and go like, yeah, that's why, you know, you're a good person. That's why I was so shocked by what happened. And I'm disappointed by what happened, but now it makes more sense. You know, like, you're going through something. Look, if you want, take a break from the group, deal with your shit, come back after, once you have all those things settled. If you need this gaming group, then, you know, I'm gonna have to call you out on some stuff that happens. Okay? I don't mean it in a, I'll be as I'll be as empathetic as I can be, but I got to worry about 4 other people at the table or whatever. There was like 7 people at the table. I don't even know. I got to worry about the other people too, you know, and it's not fair for them and for me and for you, you know, to always have to accommodate for one player. So it's not personal. If you're going through some shit and it's affecting the way that you behave with us, then just, you know, go deal with that and come back when you're ready, dude. Come back when you're ready. 9 times out of 10, they won't come back, but at least you left that door open for them in case that they do want to come back. You know what I mean? You know, they do the whole, this is what my character would do. I've been guilty of this, guys. I've been guilty of the this is what your characters would do anti-gaming bullshit, as this game master called it. Back in my days in Cyberpunk 2020, I played in a group where there was a player that I didn't like. And I had a lot of good reasons not to like this player. And instead of just saying, you know what, guys, I can't play with this group, you know, not naming anybody specifically, but I don't think I'm going to gel with this group. So I'm just going to step away respectfully. I'm sorry if you guys, you know, set up all this stuff for me. I really apologize, but I feel like it's better if I step away. That's what I should have done. I shouldn't have played with this person. But instead, I decided to play with this person, and I let my petty anger towards them, even though they deserved it, probably. I guess I should give more context. So the context is I have a new rookie partner. We're both lawmen, and this new rookie partner is just getting us all in danger. They're saying fuck you to everybody. They're shooting people they shouldn't be shooting. They're getting into shouting matches with gangsters and mobsters and just like, you know, causing too much attention, negative attention towards us. They're, you know, we're corrupt cops. So like we want to kind of be low key, and this guy's out here like basically derailing the campaign. But the game master is very well experienced and experienced with this player as well, knows how they act. And instead of the game master saying something to them, the game master was able to like maneuver around the bullshit. But it was hard for me. And the game master basically took me out of my immersion because I'm like, how would this ever work? How would any of this ever work if there was a cop like him out there, you know, a corrupt cop acting and behaving the way that he is? He would get caught like that, dude. Like right away. It would be bad right away. So how does this work? I don't understand. But we decided to keep going on with the campaign. We just let it go and let it go. Well, guess what? My new partner, who's causing problems with everybody, caused problems with the wrong people in a business meeting that we were having. These wrong people were like, you know what? I'm tired of you yapping. We're going to tie you to a chair and put a knife through your throat, and maybe you'll behave. And those people happen to be allies of my character, the gangers that did that. So they take my partner, tie him up on a chair, and put a knife to his throat and ask me, so should we do it? And I had that power right there. And I told the player and I told the character in character, like 10 different ways, dude, just apologize, just say sorry, or just don't say anything at all right now. Say nothing. Say nothing. I'll tell him to let you go and we'll just get out of here, okay? But they just kept spouting, no, fuck you, kill me, who cares, you're a chump, you're a loser, come on, do it. And I'm like, stop doing that, you're gonna get killed. Now, I should have, right then and there, should have went, time out. Hey man, what are you doing? What are you actually doing here? You know what I mean? What's happening right now? Why are you doing this? Because you know your character, whether I like it or not, is probably going to die here. So like, what are you expecting of me to do? What are you expecting me to do to save you from this situation right here? And they had nothing to say, and they would have had nothing to say. I would have gotten down to exactly what was going on. But instead of doing that, instead of saying, time out, I'm uncomfortable, I don't like what's going on here. Instead of doing that, I said, yeah, kill him. I said, slit his throat. Game Master looked at me and was like, dude, are you sure? And my petty bullshit feelings about this player and hating this player and not enjoying them and wanting to get back at them for all the dumb antics that they put us through, I was like, yeah, kill the player. Not the player. Kill the character. So the character was killed. And guess what? Immediately there was a funk in the room. There was a stink. There was a nastiness in the room that ruined everything, dude. Everybody was like, oh, well, what do we do? And he was like, oh, I guess I gotta roll another character. Played victim, got all like sentimental, like, oh, okay, I guess that's what's gonna happen. This is what they wanted to do from the beginning. They wanted to derail the campaign from the beginning. They wanted to make me to look out like the bad guy, and I gave it to them. I let it happen. I messed up. And you know what my excuse was? I said I didn't want to admit that I wanted to kill the player, and I didn't want to admit that I was being petty, because that would mean it would be a hit to my ego. So I instead said, this is what my character would do. Is that true? Probably, but as I said, I should have stopped. I should have not been playing with this group from the beginning. All right, I should have walked away from this group a long time ago. As soon as the bullshit started happening and I wasn't having a good time, and I was telling the game master, hey dude, like that wasn't cool what they did, that should have been the end of it. If in session 2 nothing had changed, which is exactly, this was in session 5, I believe. If in session 2 nothing had changed, I should have went, yep, packing my bags, that's it. Sorry guys, it's not for me. This is not the group that I want to play with. I'm looking for a group that's not adversarial. I'm looking for a group that's working together. So, if you guys want to like PvP and do all that, whatever, that's up to you. It's just not my style, okay? Call me whatever you want. Say whatever you want. But it's time. I can't do this. So basically that's the situation. And I think that the game master in this subreddit post was actually doing the right thing. They advocated for the other players and got rid of the problem player, and they were braver than the game master that I had. The game master that, but also you got to remember, this was voice chat on Discord. We were in person at that person's house, by the way. It's kind of a different situation when you're at that person's house. But anyway, after that situation, we never played again. We never spoke again. They spoke poorly of me, and like how I lost control, which they're right. I did lose control, and I shouldn't have. I should have walked away from that game a long time before. But yeah, that's about it. Dirt Runner says, good advice when these situations do come up, a timeout and time to get real. Yeah. Look, sometimes we gotta step back and step away from the stuff that's going on in our game and realize, like, dude, we're a bunch of adults at a table rolling dice and pretending to be people. It's not that serious, okay? If it gets serious and we're actually like yelling at each other and fighting, we gotta take a time out and like assess the situation, dude. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Did we come here to have fun? Or did we come here to argue? Because I do enough of that shit in my real life, you know what I mean? With my job, with the people that I work with, and just people in general. I do that enough with strangers and people that I work with. I didn't come here to argue. I came here to roll dice and to forget about the bullshit that's going on in my life, because I can just lose myself in this character and have fun with my friends, drinking beers, eating chips, talking shit. That's why we're here, right? Suggestro or Sgestro says, how high is your threshold for problem players? I'm very forgiving. Look, I'll let a few red flags pass before I say anything, okay? But what I don't let happen is if I notice that my other players are uncomfortable. I'll give you another example, okay? I had a player once that casually, before our game even started, okay, we were just sitting around, casually threw the F slur, the F gay slur, and the R slur for people that are mentally handicapped in one sentence. Okay, so the R word was a trigger, and the F slur was also a trigger. Okay, that person that said those words, maybe they thought like, you know, this group of people would be okay with that, but they weren't okay with that. They were mature enough not to make a big stink out of it at the moment, which I really appreciate. They didn't have to do that. They could have stopped right there and been like, yo, dude, whoa, I'm not going to play with you, dude. No, this isn't going to work. Nah, no way. I can't deal with that. But they decided to just like, you know, hold it in, not say anything. We played, we had a good time, and we just went on with it, right? But I didn't let that pass. I made sure to call every one of those players, the other ones, and said like, hey, I wanted to touch base with you. I like to do this after every session. I didn't want them to feel uncomfortable. I said, you know, after every session, I like to touch base with my players and see how everything went. And I wanted to talk about the outburst that other player made, and that it wasn't okay, and I'm not okay with it, and I'm going to have a chat with them about it, okay? And you know what the players told me? They're like, dude, I'm so glad you called me. I was just going to let it go. But the fact that you're calling me, it really puts me at ease knowing that you care and that it means something to you. And just the fact that you're going to go and talk to them about it is going to help us to come back. And I'm going to make sure this doesn't happen again, or they're out. Okay? So if you don't want to be a part of the group, I totally understand. And if enough of you don't want to be a part of the group because of this other person, I'll get rid of them. So I had a talk with the other player. To their credit, they were like, yeah, as soon as I said it, I realized I messed up. I'm so sorry. The next time we join, do they want to kick me out of the group? They said. And I said, no, they're not going to kick you out of the group. Next time we're there, an apology, I think, would handle everything. And that's exactly what happened. We met up last time, and they were like, look, guys, I'm sorry. It just slipped out, you know, like, you know, obviously I messed up, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect any of you, and I hope that we can still play together. And everyone was like, yeah, man, no problem. It's all good. Shake hands. Let's just get back to the game. You know what I mean? And that was it. We kept playing. We had a few more sessions. It ended, you know, our campaign ended just because of whatever reason, but it wasn't because of that. So this was like a roundabout way of me answering your question about problem players. I will go the distance if I feel like they deserve it. If someone's trying to derail my game or ruin other people's experience on purpose, then I have no tolerance for that. I can't do it. I really can't do it. Hey Chooms, I hope you like that. If you like more of that, then click on that link on the top right corner there, and you can check out the full VOD of everything I said in this clip. And stay tuned for more times when I go live. I appreciate all the love and support. If you guys really want to support me, you can go to patreon.com/JonJonTheWise, and you can use the link in the description below to go to Monster Fight Club to get some official Cyberpunk Red minis, terrain, you name it. I will get a portion of the sales if you do so. Thank you all for your support, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.